So hello there, folks. Welcome back to Tales with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Velerious.
Welcome to the smooth moment.
So, something people might not know about you, Velerious, is that you collect joke books.
I do.
You're quite a big fan of these sort of cheesy joke books, and you have some, and we were just flicking through it just randomly, and there's a great joke in there. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Read it, because I just burst out laughing.
So, the joke is, the police came to my front door last night holding a picture of my wife. They said, "Is this your wife, sir?" Quite shocked, I answered yes. They said, "I'm afraid it looks like she's been hit by a bus." I said, "I know, but she has a lovely personality."
We need to start this, by the way. I completely forgot about that.
That's like the worst joke ever.
It's so bad, but it's
my
good.
God.
This is the thing that I like about some of these jokes, that they're so bad they're good.
They are so terrible. So,
And then no joke book is complete without the shit list.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh, God, you have so many joke books, Velerious. It's crazy. Crazy beans.
Brilliant. Greatest thing about me, because I'm dyslexic, I read them, forget them, read them again, find them funny again.
Find them funny all over again. Get hours of fun out of the joke books. So, Derpsville, Velerious, the roof is going to be finished this episode. I'm determined. I reckon we can do it. I think we can really focus on the roof, get it done, and it's going to be fantastic.
It should be brilliant.
Yeah. The harvest we took care of last episode, so at the moment they're chopping trees. So they're basically chopping, making roof, putting it straight up.
Chopping.
It's going to be amazing.
Wasn't there a guy on Britain's Got Talent who did that?
Yeah, there's
made
a
song
about
wood.
chopping wood, didn't he?
It's like, you go on here with a talent, friend, not chopping wood.
I think every country in the world now has talent sort of thing.
I watched one the other day, right, that must have been fake. There's no way it's real. And these guys were like, they were practicing basically shooting arrows at each other's heads to knock things off.
Oh yeah, and he got shot by it, didn't he?
And he just pulls it back, and you're all just sat there, and he takes the beer can off their table, or like a soda can or something, and puts it on his head because he can't get the apple to balance.
Yeah.
And he shoots it, just complete miss, in the forehead, between the eyes, and the guy just goes...
It's like Romania's Got Talent or something,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was one of these really obscure European countries.
It's like
I'm sure
that,
it was.
You have that one favourite talent moment where that guy comes on, he's like, "I'm a professional daredevil with my trampolines here and my chairs."
Yeah.
And you just, oh my God, you laugh.
I think that was America's Got Talent, that one. It was,
The bad thing was, it was...
Carl Urban, was that his name?
Oh, I don't know. It's one of those things, though, that you shouldn't laugh at, but you do.
He was trying to basically bounce on a mini trampoline and jump over a row of chairs and just completely failed his run up, tripped over the trampoline, just face planted into the floor. And then, because the face plant knocked him out, when you take sort of impact like that, all your body goes rigid and stiff.
Yeah.
So he just sort of tent-poled and just collapsed on the floor.
Everyone's running over. Oh my God, quick, save him.
That is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Because it's starting again, is Britain Got Talent. There's a new season
Get
starting.
some people on there who are just so amazing.
The thing is, I only watch the derps at the start, the fuck-ups.
Yeah,
I don't like the actual show. Once it gets to the people who have actually got talent and they're competing, I just stop watching because it's boring as fuck. I don't care if someone can sing or not.
The one time that I did watch it was, they had them guys. I can't remember what they were called, but it was the ones that did Michael Jackson stuff. And the janitor just came on. And you honestly thought this guy was a janitor who was coming on cleaning us. This guy was doing his Michael Jackson routine.
Oh, and then he
throws down his broom and does his own Michael Jackson routine.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen that.
And all the way through it, they were basically doing stuff like that, which was quite interesting.
But as I say, it's all about the derps for me. I just love watching the people who are just fucking idiots that don't have any talent, but have convinced themselves they have, and they come on and just fail epically.
Well, it's like when they were having that talk about the most deluded people, and they said parents, because parents do kind of push you into thinking that you have talent.
Yeah.
They go like, "Oh, you sing beautifully, darling. Oh, you're so good at that instrument."
Yeah.
When you sat there just hitting a drum.
Sort of false encouragement. The thing is, sometimes that can be good and it can help you get better at things, and sometimes it's just not a good idea.
Sometimes you just grow up learning, wow, I couldn't play the flute, and I've now got billions of videos of me believing I can play the flute.
I would say the most sort of important age for when you're developing yourself is sort of 14 to 18. That's where you can sort of really start to look at things you enjoy and try and find yourself.
My son's going to be brought up right. I'll show him a computer and say, right, because no, the only game I bought you is Towns.
Yeah.
Version 8.
I mean, gaming's something you can do your whole life, but for instance, I write all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I started writing when I was about 13, and I was shit at writing right up until I was about 21, where I started to get a lot better at it and became really good. But it's like, if I hadn't have spent all those years writing shit, I would never have got good at it, you know what I mean?
I wrote some amazing stuff. I don't know what you're
God, one of the stories you wrote. I'll tell you what, if you can find that, if you've still got that somewhere, we could read that out on one of the episodes. That would be brilliant.
It might be somewhere on the old computers.
Yeah, there's a possibility that Velerious has a story he wrote when he was much younger, which is when you write your worst sort of stuff, isn't it?
Although, to be honest, I still write like that now. There's not much.
But that's the thing, narrative is something you develop. You develop a voice. Like doing this, like the way we've developed our commentary. If you go back and watch the first episodes of Towns, where it's like, we're still quite new to it, we're not as comfortable talking in front of a microphone, it all still feels a bit weird. And then, like, you look at, like, now, like, 60 episodes on where we're just like, yeah, this is just what we do now, you know?
I was going to name drop another YouTuber again, just because of the fact that,
You love name dropping YouTubers. It's not gonna, if it's going to be fucking PewDiePie, I'm going to punch you in the cock.
No.
Okay,
It's actually going to be Yogscast Shin.
Oh, Yogscast Shin.
He did a Q&A recently, because he got a bunch of subscribers among them.
That's not right. Let me cancel that.
He was on, he got a bunch of subscribers, you saw it, didn't you? And he did a Q&A, and one of the things that he actually said was his favourite series was Stacking. Now, me and you watched this, and he did this a year ago.
Yeah, I like
And if you watch his videos now and his videos then, oh my god, the change. It actually is a change.
That's the great thing. It's like we started watching J Mack early on.
Yeah.
Like, when he was still sort of new to it, and it's like, you see him develop as well, and it's like, he's the same. It's like, because we were there the whole sort of way watching him, it's like, he went from being like quite nervous and quite sort of self-conscious, and to now he's just like, just sounds like a brilliant radio personality. He's just, you know, straight into it, no problems, everything's nice and smooth. That's the best way to be, but it's something you've got to work at. It's like, things like that don't come easy. They don't come easy at all. You've got to put a lot of effort and a lot of hard work to develop a talent within yourself. And sometimes there's talents that you're just never going to be able to develop. Like, I cannot draw. I cannot draw at all, Velerious. I draw like a retarded 5-year-old.
I can draw a stick, man.
I can't even do that. There are 5-year-olds that have like done like finger paintings for the fridge that are better than I can draw.
See, I got into drawing when I was at school. I used to doodle.
Yeah.
And the first thing I learnt to doodle was Simpsons faces.
See, I can't.
The roundabout of the eyes, doing like circle eyes, and then doing the nose, and then from there drawing out the entire character. And like, I could never do bodies or anything. It's just the heads.
Honestly, there are probably blind people in the world who can draw better than I can.
Yeah, but it's like you had tone deaf as well.
Oh yeah, music I'm hopeless with. I'm absolutely hopeless with music.
I'm tone deaf to a certain degree.
And the thing is, I like when I was little, I learned to play the violin, and I also learned to play the keyboard in school, like you know, piano style stuff. But I'm terrible at it. I'm so shit. I don't have the timing to you know what I mean? I can't keep time at all. I can't tell notes. Like my mate Craig can play guitar, and it's like, he can just pick up a guitar, and you can just like, you know, you can just pick a guitar up and play a note, and it'll go, oh, that's F sharp or whatever. And it's like, how the fuck? How do you even learn to do that?
Because it is like...
And he can play songs by ear. I can go to him, right? I can get a song from my computer, like a song he hasn't heard before, like an acoustic power metal ballad or something like that, by a band he's never even heard of, and I can go, listen to this song, and he'll listen to it, and I'll go, now play it on guitar, and he can just pick it up and just play it. And it's like, oh, it's incredible. It's incredible seeing some people that can do that.
This natural skill, though.
Yeah, some people just have a knack for it, but I'm hopeless with that. I really am. But like lyrics, I can do, because I do write lyrics. I've got a couple of songs I've written, one of which a friend of mine made into a song, which is just fantastic. But it's like, I could never sit down and like, then make, you know, take the next step and write music around it. Yeah. Because I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't have a clue where to start. It's not something I can do at all. You've got to know your limits, Velerious. That's the thing.
Well, my amazing feat is just the fact that I can play any video game.
Yeah, that's true. You give me any sort of video game, I can learn to play it in no time.
Well, it depends. I have the knack of, if you give me any video game, even if it's the shittest pile of wank in the world, I can play it from start to end. Regardless of how bad the control system is or anything. Oh god,
yeah, well, I know where this is going. You finished Ghostbusters, didn't you? I actually had to quit Ghostbusters because I couldn't play it because it was... The mouse sensitivity was so high that even if I put my mouse in its lowest DPI and turned the Windows mouse sensitivity right down and turned the sensitivity right down in the game, it was still too sensitive.
And I played it on full sensitivity all the way through. And
basically there's a boss fight. There's a boss fight about 3/4 of the way through the game where it's quite difficult. And it's like, it's this kind of thing that like, even if you had good controls, it would be quite challenging. But because like moving my mouse like a fraction of an inch spins me round 50 times, I just couldn't do the boss fight at all.
You're giving Ghostbusters far too much credit. One of the main things I would have said was as well, the dodge system. Press space, press a button to dodge in. So,
the dodging I could do, but I couldn't attack the boss.
But you did fail on the dodging. When we got to a part where they had to be charged at you continuously, you did fail on that dodging.
I did fail on some of the dodging.
Really pissed you off, and it's like that you did put the game down.
The other problem is your fellow Ghostbusters go down so easily. You spend most of the boss fight just reviving them, just like running back and forth between two other people, just reviving them, and then one gets killed, and you revive him, and the other one you just revive gets killed, and it was just like...
Which I seem to be amazingly remarkable at being able to play these games. Not things like, like Cat Mario or something that's an actual rage game, a game that's designed to make you rage. Something like that will just make you rage no matter what. That is how it's designed. That's what it's meant to do.
It wasn't that I raged. It was just like, the thing is, I have to pick up the other Ghostbusters. I got that, okay. But then I have to turn every so often and fire at the boss. And every time I tried to turn to fire at the boss, I spun around about 60 times and ended up facing the wrong way. It just couldn't, because the mouse sensitivity was high, but also there was mouse acceleration that you couldn't turn off as well. So it was like just compounded the problem even further. Don't buy Ghostbusters the video game, people. Seriously, it's a massive pile of shit on the PC.
Unless you have a tremendous gamepad or you have an Xbox, of which I've been told it's really good on Xbox.
It probably is, because, on an Xbox controller, you've at least got the control. But it's on the PC, it's just the most unplayable piece of shit. And the thing is, I wanted to like the game because the game is brilliant. The story is fantastic. The voice acting, it's the real people from the Ghostbusters film. And there's banter between them. It's really funny. It makes you laugh. And you want to get really involved in it and everything. And I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And then just that boss fight just ruined the entire game.
That reminded me, actually. I wanted to finish off Bastion at some point.
Bastion's amazing. That's an example of how to do a game right. Because that game is hard, but it's hard in the exactly right way that it wants to be.
And it's fun.
It is fun. So and the narration on it is amazing.
The achievements. Those levels in hard and extreme difficulties.
They're genuinely challenging. Like there's achievements to like switch on like various idols that make the game harder. So it makes the enemies stronger, it makes you take more damage, it makes you have less health, and it's like there's achievements for finishing the game with all these switched on at the same time.
If you remember, I had like a week of Bastion where I literally turned on all the things.
You
went
did really
through
well.
Every single one of the stories. I went through the challenges, and it was the last challenge was the last thing I had to do, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, because there's like gauntlets where you've got to fight like just hundreds of enemies.
They just keep shooting you repeatedly, and there was no way for me of blocking. Oh, it was so annoying.
But it was good. It was annoying, but it was good. The fact that they'd like, so once you finish the game, it's like, right, you finished the game, make it a bit harder, do it again. Yeah. Make it a bit harder, do it again. Until the point where it's like, just how hard can you do this?
Yeah.
I thought, wow, Bastion's fantastic. That's a game you do want to buy. In the Steam Summer Sale that'll be coming up in a couple of months. If Bastion's on sale and you don't own it yet, what are you waiting for?
One thing I can say is Telltale's game is on offer at the moment.
Jurassic Park. I'm not buying Jurassic Park. Valerious has been trying to convince me for weeks to buy Jurassic Park.
I'm not convincing you to buy it. I keep reminding you of just how awful it is.
It's meant to be a really terrible game.
So many people make you want to buy it by playing it and making it seem so funny.
I mean, this is the thing about the internet. It's like the videos we're doing, the Derping Around series, where we're doing like the heavily edited sort of style of videos. There's a lot of YouTubers that do that, a lot of big YouTubers that do that. I mean, a good example is NerdCube, because that's pretty much most of his videos turn out that way. And the problem is that, like, when you edit that, you make the game seem a hell of a lot better than it actually is. And it's like, although you're not intentionally trying to make people buy shit games, it's like, inadvertently, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, like, with a lot of, because we're doing that now, I don't want people to go out and just immediately buy games we're playing in the Derping Around series, like Bridge Project, for example. It might look like it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't. It was a massive pile of shit, so don't buy that either.
I mean, what you don't realise is as well, that sometimes like, 2-2, I played that for 3 hours with Jade, got 10 minutes out of it that was valuable footage, there's 2.5 hours you didn't see of them just going, God, this game's a pile of shit, look at all this sort of thing. Like us destroying the entire graveyard, which took absolutely ages because we had to keep going to heal and buying potions and crafting potions and everything.
So just remember that, like, with those videos, what you're seeing is not the game. What you're seeing there is specially selected material.
This theory can be apply to anything with the idea of, you know, if you want a viewer to enjoy a video, you have to make it look funny, you have to make it look amazing.
Exactly.
Now, this can be done on any single video game you want, even the worst of videos. Even Ghostbusters tomorrow I could pick up and do with you, and we could make it
seem like an amazing game in editing.
But all we'll do is just cut out all the bits where we go, this game is shit, I hate these controls.
All the bits where it goes wrong, you just cut them all out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the thing. Someone asked me whether Towns were buying, and I gave him a reply and everything. I tried to be, you know, as impartial as I can, because on the one hand, Towns is what has made us who we are, sort of thing. It's brought in our viewers, and it's like, it's what people come for. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not just going to say that and go, yeah, Towns is amazing, buy it now. Because that's not how I feel. But at the same time, it's not completely shit. So I said to him, you know, best bet is get the demo, try it out. Yeah, but this is the thing. You've got to make smart decisions about buying video games. It's like if there's a video game you're not sure about, try and get a demo. If there is no demo, wait for it in the sale. Steam has so many sales, you're bound to be able to pick it up cheap.
And sometimes, I mean, you can get a game that, like, say, Towns version 8 looks shit. But in the future, it might be amazing. You never know.
Yeah, it might come along quite nicely.
It might do the exact same thing as Don't Starve did, where they overhauled the entire system and it became a really, really immense game that people loved watching and playing.
My point is, try and make sensible decisions. Yeah. Don't just go out and buy games because we've played them. Because chances are you'll be disappointed. And then I don't want people to come over and go, oh, I bought this and it was shit. Because then it's like, feel like it's my fault, you know what I mean?
The best thing to do is, if you don't want to buy a game, but you do enjoy it, is look for a playthrough.
Yeah.
Which is
but again,
it
can mislead you. Yeah, look for an actual playthrough, not an edited video, not a highlights thing.
Hotline Miami, I was not sure on buying or anything, because the only person I saw do it was NerdCubed, who edited quite a lot of the footage out. So in turn, I thought, well, maybe he's doing this to make it look like it's amazing when it actually is shit.
But then sips did a playthrough.
And an actual playthrough.
And it still looked quite amazing.
Yeah. So I went and bought it, because I thought, wow, it looks quite good. And I'm glad I did, to be honest. I love it. I love the soundtrack in it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, if you do if you watch someone who does a playthrough, so I'm doing a playthrough of Dead Space, and you like the look of Dead Space, you would go out and buy Dead Space if you wanted it. If not, you could just watch the entire playthrough of me. Yeah. You do this with, you start watching people when they get to a certain point, don't you?
Yeah, basically, if I want to know what a game's like, I'll usually go and watch the first episode or two of people playing it, and then if I decide I want to buy the game, I stop watching. So for example, I did it with Hannah with LA Noire. Because I watched a couple of the episodes and I was like, oh, I want this game, so I stopped watching so that I wouldn't spoil it for myself. And I did the same. What was the other game? Binding of Isaac. Yeah. I've stopped watching Niles' Binding of Isaac because he's got further than I have in the game and I don't sort of want to know what's coming. So there is that to consider as well. Because I don't want to spoil it.
I mean, some people are like me and they look at a game and they think, it's a good game, but I wouldn't enjoy playing it myself. I'd like to see someone else play it.
Like Hotline Miami, I knew straight away that I didn't want to play that, so I watched Sips play that.
But likewise,
in its entirety.
I enjoy playing Hotline Miami. I enjoy these kind of fast type games of just pounding living crap out of people and going through a stage as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Whereas you kind of like the more kind of strategic elements of things. Things like Hitman.
Yeah. I was saying to my friend Lucas the other day as well, I said I feel sorry for people who in their YouTube career they concentrate on doing like help videos, like videos that show you how to do things in a video game. Because if someone's stuck on a video game and they go to YouTube and type in the name of the video game and the name of the level, they're not going to watch your advert. They're going to skip it because they want to see how to finish the level.
Yeah.
And it's like, I reckon they probably don't get as many sort of advert views as other YouTubers do. Which is, it seems like such a shame because in a way they're probably doing harder work.
The thing is as well, like, you do get other people who they don't enjoy that. I mean, I'm one of these people that, say, you played Tomb Raider recently.
Yeah.
And if I got stuck on Tomb Raider or I needed to find something, I'd go read a walkthrough.
Yeah, like game facts.
I wouldn't like to watch someone do it because sometimes it confuses me, like what they're doing or how they're doing it or things like that.
Usually game facts is my first port of call, and then if it's still confusing, I hit YouTube and then look for someone playing it.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that is that's how sometimes I find decent YouTubers. Like when I was stuck on XCOM, I went and just looked on YouTube and found Frozen Foxy playing it, and I was like, oh, this guy knows his XCOM sort of thing. And that was really good, because I'd never seen him, but I didn't even know who he was, you know what I mean? It was just just sort of stumbled across it and ended up watching him for that reason.
God, mate, it was amazing playing XCOM in Portugal with like a pole just behind me, and I was
the original XCOM I'm on about there, the original XCOM.
UFO Defense, wasn't it?
It had two names. It was UFO Enemy Unknown or XCOM UFO Defense, depending on what country you were in. But it was amazing. Oh god, it still is amazing, even though it's so dated because you have to run it in DOS.
It's very aged, and you will need some kind of tutorial through it, basically.
Yeah. No,
it's not one of them games where you just pick up and go like, right, let's play this.
It's what they call Nintendo hard.
Because when I was in Portugal, I had no internet over there. I had to basically go lock onto someone's Wi-Fi and download a quick walkthrough onto my phone so that I could read this walkthrough from my phone.
You can also pick it up dirt cheap on Steam, like £2 or something.
It's one of these games that, because it's now old, it's worthless, really. People don't buy it all the time, so it's now.
Well, this is another thing. You can also get some good free games that didn't used to be free.
Yeah.
A good example: the first Command and Conquer is now freeware.
Hitman is in it.
No, but you can play it for free online with adverts at the SquareSoft website or Squeenix, whatever they are now. Another one is Beneath the Steel Sky. If anyone out there has never played Beneath the Steel Sky, it's freeware. You can Google for it. There's quite a few different websites that offer it for download. It should run on your PC, no problems. And that is an incredible game. It's like Monkey Island style, so it's like a sort of 2D adventure thing, point and click adventure. A pig is part of the siege, and it's got an amazing story to it. It's fantastic, and the puzzles are great, and it's one of those games that you really should play, and there's no reason not to because it's free. It's free. You can get it from loads of different places. There's a merchant on his way in, Velerious, so I'm looking forward to this. Because we're reasonably close to time, but I want to... Here he is, the pink... Oh, the military merchant he is. Let's see what he's got. He might have some... Oh, he might have some awesome stuff. So he's
the armour guy.
First off, will he buy any dirt offers? No, he won't.
So dwarves buy our... Dwarves sell weapons.
So this guy's a weapon merchant.
It's weapon and armour.
Oh, a weapon and armour. It's only basic shit,
because the dwarf sells high kind of quality weapons.
This is all shit.
Yeah, but
I don't want any of this, really.
Sell him the bone boots.
No, they're iron boots. They're down in the dungeon. Now, Roger took his breastplate off, didn't he? Or Alflos did. So one of these breastplates...
I thought it was an iron one he had.
No, someone dropped... We've got a wooden breastplate there. Level 1, attack 44, defense 271.
That's it then.
Yeah, it's that one. So let's sell him that. Get rid of him. Yeah, that'll do. We'll sell him that breastplate.
How much was that breastplate selling for?
I don't know. I can't check now either because Caroline is trading. Probably not much, but at least we got rid of it. Someone's taken it to him, so that's him sorted.
How much is it to?
Are you thinking we could just make stuff and sell it?
I was thinking of building breastplates for them.
But there's not much point. We can just sell wood or dirt. We've got so much on it.
I know, but the wood's actually less valuable than a wooden breastplate.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Is it worth making it into a breastplate to sell it? The other thing you've got to remember is more people will buy standard wood than will buy breastplates.
Yeah.
But it's something we could do.
Obviously, if we get the Dwarven and that merchant in, quite a lot, weapons merchant, then they will only buy the breastplates.
It's something we can look into. Yeah. We'll have a look at next time a weapon merchant rolls round.
We'll have an armour rack with 1,600 fucking breastplates on there.
Well, I think you can only fit 10 items on a rack.
Well, at least if we only have 10, we can just keep selling him one every now and then. And just take this. Because wooden breastplate is not going to be in the dungeon.
Look, we're getting so close. Do we want to finish this episode?
Yeah, let's finish it.
And that's where we'll call it. So it might be a bit longer than expected. Could be a half-hour rep. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to do that. Just going to have a quick look at the ghost room, Velerious. Just want to see what's going on down there.
I was thinking of games that were free, right? There's some games that have been free on different bases.
Good. They're starting to sort of drift out. That's another good thing. Yeah. If they can drift out, then they've got more chance of getting killed.
So
there's 9 acts.
One that I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
Is Portal was free at one point, then wasn't free.
Yeah, they gave it away free in March 2008, I think, or 9. It was when they released the Mac version. And they released Portal for free for a couple of months, and I went around basically telling everyone I knew, go get Portal now, it's free.
Yeah.
As if you install it, during this month, you get it for free for forever sort of thing. That was pretty incredible.
Ship was also given free at one point, though, wasn't it?
The Ship was free when it was a beta back in 2003. And the Ship is a great game.
Yeah.
But then it was one of the first games to sort of come onto Steam that wasn't released by Valve. Because it was just a Counter-Strike mod. And then eventually it was released as a standalone game. And if you buy the Ship now, you get 2 copies to give away as well. So you get 3 copies. And the 2 people you give a free copy to also get a free copy to give away. So you essentially get 5 copies. And that's pretty incredible. And that's a bloody great game. Unfortunately, there's only a couple of servers left because not many people play it anymore. But that's a hilarious game. I want to do a video on that at some point. Yeah. If we can get a bunch of friends together, that'd be hilarious.
It's a good game. It kind of mixed in the idea of Cluedo.
Cluedo, yeah. It's a murder sort of mystery. Like everyone's got to sort of murder each other. It's really it's so much fun. I've played a lot of this shit.
Like
I'm so good at it. That's the thing. The problem is when I do go play the shit, because like I'm really good at it, and like most of the people aren't, because they've just newly sort of come to it. I end up dicking on everyone, and then they all sort of rage quit. So I have to like.
I've had some fun with you before.
I have to sort of server hop or like make sure Vel's on so we can just fight against ourselves.
Yeah, some of the times when we've been next to each other, you've just been like, "So Vel, who are you after?"
That's another game I would highly recommend for the Steam sale. It's The Ship. If you haven't played it before, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
What we should do is just make a list of games that you should have a look at and keep a watch on.
It's like, the thing is, our Steam libraries, between us, we've probably got about 700 games, Valerious, because you've got about 450.
I was going to say more than that. I've got 500. 498.
I've got almost 400, but some of those will be the same game.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have some crossovers.
But yeah, we have quite a lot of games.
Yeah, we've got so many games.
There's some games I can outrightly sit there and go, amazing. And some games you could outrightly sit there and go, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that big adventure thing.
Tiny and Big.
Yeah.
I've only had little sort of
it didn't
test
run,
play on that. We couldn't get it running, could we? Because it
was
crashed
booked on the main screen.
So God knows what's up with that.
And Chivalry that won't work for you.
Chivalry won't install because they fucked something up and it just crashes my computer every time I try and install it. Good work, Chivalry. Avoid Chivalry like the fucking plague. And there's some of the games that like take work to get them working, like Vampire the Masquerade. I started playing on my single player channel. I've had to abandon it because when I got my new computer, it needs reinstalling, but it's such a bitch trying to patch it up. You need like loads of third-party patches to like make it work, otherwise it just won't run. I wish Steam would stop selling games that don't run. Sort that out, Gabe. And I even emailed him and said, look, this is ridiculous. Midnight Outlaw only works on Windows XP. Mud TV, never buy Mud TV. That just doesn't work properly at all. It's buggy as shit.
And didn't that say multiplayer when there wasn't?
Yeah, it says multiplayer. The multiplayer service was shut down years ago. I've emailed Valve twice. I've sent emails to the Valve support and I've sent an email to Gabe N saying, this isn't multiplayer. Stop saying that it's multiplayer. And it still says multiplayer. It's been about 4 years since the multiplayer was shut down, and it still says multiplayer. Sort it out, Valve. It's shocking, really. I get fed up of emailing Gabe about it.
I've got quite a few games there. Some games, though, that like you wouldn't expect to be amazing are amazing, like Sacred Gold.
Sacred Gold was good, but they shut down the multiplayer servers on that, so you have to run LAN servers if you want to play it with anyone.
We've finally done the
That's it, though. Hooray! Get the trumpets out, Valerious. Get the party poopers. Not party poopers, party poppers. Yeah, wow, that was pretty good. So, there you go. The storehouse is ready to be filled with barrels. There's going to be a hell of a barreling episode, Valerious. Oh my god.
I know. And you realise I will never do that trumpet noise again now.
Look at this. I can take the scaffolding down, actually. Let me take the scaffolding down.
God.
Whilst they harvest.
Now I'm going to have to wait for that to go down before doing it again.
Yeah. Let's get all the scaffolding down.
I need just a triangle here. You know, the little instrument, a triangle. Just go...
Ting! Yeah.
Just as you do everything.
Let's get rid of all this scaffolding.
Wow, that scaffolding is so ugly.
It is ugly. I hate scaffolding, but it's necessary to build with.
Yeah.
Quick check on the flour supply, 33. At least we can start building that up, though, now. Yeah. Now the big task is done.
Oh, omelettes are gone now, though.
And they've eaten all the omelettes.
And 33 bread.
But it's okay, because as I say, we've sorted it all out. So as soon as they've harvested, take scaffolding down, and that'll be the end of the episode.
And we can start the farm next one.
No, barrels, than the farms.
They can do the barrels while they're building just the little bits of walls of fucking farm.
Okay then. Okay, well we'll do all that simultaneously then.
We want to do it quite quickly because
it's gonna be a busy episode next episode, guys.
Boot of haste time.
Boot of haste time. Yeah, that's okay. We've got plenty of wheat out of that. Here we go. The good thing is they take scaffolding down so quick.
They do.
I love how quick they just dismantle stuff.
It's great how they just like.
There's 2 more blocks over there. Here comes Gandalf and Rowan.
To be honest, because of the fact you need so much scaffolding.
No, it was Alice, I think.
Because you need so much scaffolding, it's good they did not make this scaffolding have to be built.
Yeah. It is beautiful the fact they can just whip scaffolding up and down. I don't even think it takes resources. I don't think you even need wood to put scaffolding up. Here we go.
It just comes out the house.
So we'll let them take it down and then we'll have a look at the storehouse in all of its glory.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Look, and they're using the road. My road plan was absolutely epic.
Brilliant.
Once the barrels are in, I reckon they'll probably use the road more often as well.
Maybe, or we might have to just build fences around the road. And
That's how it
Gates to go in. What is he doing? Look at him walk.
The thing is, his graphics bug up when he turns back into a human, which is why he's not wearing clothes and why he walks funny.
But like sometimes he walks normal.
Alphalos' new breastplate is fantastic.
Yeah, we need him some.
So there we go. Really. It's done. You ready for this epic unveiling? There we go. Biggest storehouse in towns ever. It could well be.
Probably not, but it could be.
It could be. So that's the end of the episode.
In version 8, it probably is.
No, it's definitely got to be. So that's the end of the episode, Velerious. Say bye-bye to our wonderful viewers.
Bye-bye, everyone.
See you next time, folks.